Cops are often faced with high-pressure situations that require split-second decisions, particularly when dealing with armed suspects. These encounters can escalate rapidly, sometimes resulting in the use of lethal force. But what happens when officers find themselves in a situation where they must shoot down a suspect? Aaron Shelton and Pierce Shelton, Georgia, April 12, 2021. A high-speed car chase in Carroll County, Georgia, west of Atlanta, resulted in a violent shootout that left multiple officers injured, one suspect dead, and another facing a lifetime prison sentence. The incident began when a Georgia State Patrol trooper stopped a Nissan Sentra driving over 100 miles per hour on the interstate. The driver was later identified as Aaron Shelton, with his cousin, Pierce Shelton, in the passenger seat. Camera footage reveals that initially the driver did not stop for the trooper. Although the car briefly pulled to the side of the road, it sped off as soon as the trooper exited his vehicle to approach. In an attempt to stop the vehicle, the trooper performed a pit maneuver, tapping the car to force it to veer out of control. However, the Nissan straightened out and the chase continued. At this point, Pierce Shelton, seated in the passenger side, pulled out an AK-47 and began firing at the pursuing trooper. The pursuit quickly drew in additional units, including county sheriff's deputies and local police officers. Instructions and updates were broadcast over the radio, with officers discussing their positions and plans to deploy spike strips or perform additional maneuvers to stop the fleeing vehicle. Carrollton Police Sergeant Rob Holloway was one of the officers involved in the chase. He advised other officers to back off slightly, allowing a safe distance to monitor the suspect's movements.
All right, shots fired.
In the ensuing gunfire, officers repositioned themselves to safer locations. Carrollton police officer Chase Gordy's body camera showed him taking cover in front of his squad car as shots rang out.
wearing a yellow hoodie. He's 4-4.
6-6, back off of them, back off of them. Back off, let's see what they do. Dispatch, we're right here going 69 miles an hour. I'm waiting to see what we do. We're turning right on Bankhead Highway. All right, get me some people up here. Let's get ready to do felony stop. If not, we will pit. Back off just a little. We're gonna follow at this distance. Dispatch, we are going 60 miles an hour. Bankhead Highway, we're passing Barnes Store. Get Villa Rica set up, spikes at Bay Springs.
Buffalo with some kind of A-frame, something up under it. Definitely an AR stop.
Hey, just make sure we're backed off just enough, okay? I'm gonna try to turn on my scene lights. Dispatch, we are going about 90 miles an hour. We are coming up on Old Airport Road.
Moments later, gunfire was directed at Gordy. Throughout the confrontation, multiple officers sustained injuries.
They're hitting their brakes. I'm waiting to see what they're about to do. Chief went back off of them.
229, you got Grand V Connor. You ain't got to worry about spikes.
I know, but I don't want to get up here where they're moving around. I'd rather just go ahead and disable them.
Besides Holloway, Deputy Jay Repetto and Officer Gordy were also injured. Tragically, Pierce Shelton was killed in the incident. Aaron Shelton was apprehended and subsequently faced serious charges.
Jump start, dispatch. 10-4, unit 10-3, 10-33. 229, somebody check on 229.
He's on my car! He's on my car! He's behind my car!
For only 2 seconds, the suspect is seen in front of the squad car. The legal aftermath saw Aaron Shelton indicted on 22 counts, including felony murder, felony fleeing, and aggravated assault of law enforcement officers. The severity of the charges reflected the dangerous and violent nature of the chase and subsequent shootout. Aaron Shelton was eventually convicted and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. But hold on your seats, because this next case is more shocking than the other, where a 21-year-old suspect who was armed with gun shot down by cops during foot pursuit. Alexander Aguilar Larios, Los Angeles, California, June 11, 2024. At approximately 8:50 p.m., officers from the Foothill Area Uniform Gang Enforcement Detail of the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, were patrolling in the vicinity of Lehigh Avenue and Carl Street. During their patrol, they observed a dark-colored sedan traveling at a high rate of speed. The officers decided to follow the vehicle with the intent of conducting a traffic stop. Shortly thereafter, the driver of the vehicle abruptly pulled over. At this moment, the front passenger, later identified as 21-year-old Alexander Aguilar Larios, exited the vehicle while armed with a handgun. Aguilar Larios began to flee on foot through a nearby housing development. The officers broadcast a call indicating they were in foot pursuit of an armed suspect.
gonna shoot you.
As the chase continued, Aguilar Larios stumbled and fell to the ground, still holding the handgun in his right hand. When he attempted to stand up and continue fleeing, an officer-involved shooting, OIS, occurred. Aguilar Larios was struck by the officer's gunfire and was subsequently taken into custody.
Hey, stop, I'm gonna shoot you. Get on the ground, dude. Turn around.
Finance officer needs help. And the project southbound towards call, please. Officer needs help.
Hey, turn around. Turn around. Put your hands on the top of your head. Hey, that car left. Hey, we got a vehicle. It's gonna be a black BMW. It's gonna be leaving. Hurry up, bro. Put your hands behind your back so we can get your NRA.
We're gonna be posting. Carl, northbound Carl, please.
You get him, glove up. Yeah, I got him. Put your hands behind your back. That's for the plate was 147.
BMW northbound Lehigh from NIA Circle 6 on Carl, northbound Midlock at building 24.
Hey, bro, put your hands behind your back. Come on, we're gonna get your help.
Stand by. We're gonna
take the stuff we can do last week. When we get an RA en route, have them stand by. Hey, hurry up before he goes in the shop.
The officers immediately rendered medical aid until personnel from the Los Angeles Fire Department arrived on the scene. The fire department personnel then took over care and transported Aguilar Larios to a local hospital, where he was pronounced deceased a short time later. No officers or other community members were injured during the incident. A 9mm handgun was recovered at the scene, providing evidence that Aguilar Larios was indeed armed at the time of the shooting. The driver of the dark-colored sedan fled the scene during the commotion and has not yet been identified. Body cam footage from the officers involved provides a detailed account of the moments leading up to and following the shooting. One officer can be heard instructing Aguilar Larios to get on the ground and put his hands behind his back.
You good, Danny?
Air 16 in the route.
Hey, I'm gonna recover the firearm just because it's the punch. We're good. We have enough. Talk to me, man. Hey. 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 Stop breathing. There's so much.
Other officers were seen ensuring the safety of the scene, securing the area, and coordinating medical assistance. The officers' immediate actions included securing Aguilar Larios, calling for backup, and ensuring that the scene was safe for medical personnel to approach. The body cam footage also shows the officers recovering the firearm from Aguilar Larios and making sure that no additional threats were present.
Everyone's right here, so we have enough for here's my shot piece. I'm going with the RA. I was going to go with the RA. Where you going? I was going to, my partner's right here. Okay. All right, where's your here? Over there. It's on the other side. Watch behind you. Hey, stay back. Paul, we're going with him.
Throughout the incident, the officers maintained communication with each other and with dispatch, providing updates on their location and the status of the pursuit and shooting. The coordination among the officers was crucial in ensuring that the situation was contained and that medical aid was promptly administered to Aguilar Larios. Alexander Aguilar Larios was charged with the unlawful possession of a firearm and his attempt to flee from law enforcement while armed. That's all for this video. We hope you have enjoyed this video a lot. What are your thoughts on the protocols and accountability measures in place for officer-involved shootings? Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching our video.